we were just talking in the chat room about some comments that were made after this particular fight. But the fight I'm talking about is Sebastian Fundora's beatdown of Keith Thurman. And it definitely was a beatdown. If you didn't see it, all you got to do is check it out, because first of all, I don't mean to say I said exactly what was going to happen, but exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. The reach and height was too much for Thurman. His only chance was to get inside, and the biggest thing here is we know that in the past Fundora has been beaten. He lost. He got knocked out cold by a shorter fighter and everything else. But since that fight, and one of the points that I made last week was that Fundora has learned to utilize his reach and height, and he does it with convincing power. And I think that the fight against Thurman, now granted, Thurman was nothing, no young chick, no spring chicken, no young buck in the ring, but he still tried his hardest. One thing I'm going to give credit for to Thurman, and he's not one of my favorite fighters, but a little too tough for his own good. I don't know if you caught it, but on the broadcast, when the referee stopped the fight, Thurman was arguing with him, going, "Come on, let me continue. I'm tough. It was beyond that. His face looked like a double cheeseburger. I mean, he was beaten up pretty bad, in my opinion. But nonetheless, Fundora retained his title. He improves to 24 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 16 of his wins coming by knockout. And Thurman drops to 31-2. And hopefully we won't see him in the ring anymore. We won't want to see him get hurt. I mean, whatever. But and just one more comment I want to make. I don't know about you guys, but Mauricio Ronaldo is the worst. I just can't watch an event with him on it. And by the way, I'm going to be honest with everybody right now. I did not pay to pay for that pay-per-view. I watched it the next day. PBC, I can't stand it. But anyway, in the co-main event, junior middleweight Ioannis Telaz won his fight against Brian Mendoza. And the way the judges scored out were 98-92, and two of them had it 97-93. He improves to 12-1 with 8 knockouts. Brian Mendoza drops to 23-5 with 17 of his knockouts. And Mendoza is the cat who knocked out Sebastian Fundora when Fundora got knocked out. So that's my whole point, to back up what I was saying about Fundora really improving, in my opinion. Okay, in the fight that was being billed as the biggest heavyweight fight in history, almost. I mean, I'm exaggerating, of course, but some of the fanfare around Moses Itauma is pretty ridiculous. Is he a good fighter? Yeah. Is he a huge bright spot in the sport of boxing? Yeah, I think he is. Is he there now? No, he's not. I mean, look, he has 2 big wins on his resume. He's an exciting fighter. There's no doubt that the cat possesses power, and he's smart. He's a good fighter. But he has fought Dillian White, who he blew out in 1 round, and many people think that that fight smelled a little fishy. And then his fight against Franklin, which was a devastating knockout. I mean, you give him credit for knocking out a guy that's never been knocked out, but there's a guy that his 2 losses were against 2 good people. All his wins were against Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing Itauma again. He improved to 14-0 with 12 knockouts. He stopped Franklin for the first time in his career at 1 minute and 33 seconds of the fifth round. Franklin drops to 24-3 with 15 of his wins coming by knockout. So it'll be interesting to see who Itauma fights next.